And we're live, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Barovia. It is our fun vacation spot if you are into goth chicks, undead, and shenanigans that give me the biggest headaches even when I go to sleep, and probably are the reason for my alcoholism. So, let's get started. I was thinking to myself, what is the best way to truly describe each and every one of the characters that we have? Because they are very, very unique. You see, Barovia is a land of, extravagant places such as the mud huts and the mud huts and the ruins
Different mud huts.
and the mud huts and the you know what, actually scratch that. Barovia is a terrible vacation destination. I think everybody would agree on that. Yeah,
Unless
10
you
out
like
of 10
mud
would
huts.
never visit again.
right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go around and think about where do our adventurers wish that they are vacationing right now. So we're gonna start off with our ever so sneaky and sly rogue, Vesper. If Vesper could choose where he could go to try and have a vacation, where would it be?
Somewhere with a lot more water and a lot more sun.
Okay, gotcha. So are we talking like tropical island kind of thing,
For sure.
Sitting there with his booty, and I'm talking about coin, not that other booty. Dirty, nasty people.
Depends on the day.
All right, perfect. So we got kind of tropical island for Vesper. We are now gonna go over to the party animal that is Lysander. What is a great vacation destination for Lysander? That's probably better than fucking Barovia.
Well, Lysander would certainly say Mykonos. It is a great island, and they have a great gay scene and lots of white parties. But the ideal would be to island hop. And I hope I end up on Vesper's Island. I think that would just be lovely.
Beautiful.
Vesper
It
run.
seems- For
Hello,
diff-
Vesper!
I have this image in my.
Cunning my cheeks.
I'm just imagining, right? So like every game, like D&D party, it's like the beach party episode, right? So I guess we're starting to have the beginnings of that. So we're gonna now take us a little bit of a side note and go to our intrepid Vistani interpreter, Natalaya. Where would Natalaya wish that she could go as a vacation destination?
Where else but good old Kartakas, the land of tarnished dreams, where everyone is trying their hardest to be the best they could ever be and failing in the process.
Beautiful. So we're having a slight deterrent from the beaches. Seems like somebody is not looking for the Vesper booty, unlike Lysander. So now what we're going to do is go over to our friend Belagor. Now, I am curious as to what he might be thinking of would be a great vacation spot for him, considering his background as a holy warrior. Belagor, shed some holy light on this, if you don't mind.
Well, if Belagor were to have a vacation, currently he's getting to the point where he's going to need one. He'd like to go back to his hometown and visit the great cathedral that his order is from.
Aww. That's so sweet.
I was supposed to answer that in character, wasn't I?
You're fine. You can answer this literally in any way you want. So that was perfectly fine. Okay. So we have two people wanting to have fun at the beach. We have another person that is truly wanting to go back to their Vistani roots to a degree with a lot of the different sort of mystical aspects. And we got the guy who wants to go back to church. So last but certainly not least, Anya Lioncrest, our barbarian. Where would she want to go for vacation?
God, voice that is coming from sky. I would want to go to Rome Specifically the Colosseum around like 80 or 81 AD, when Anya could be thrown into the pits with the lions and the gladiators and show them all how pathetic they are compared to Anya. I would be the greatest gladiator of all times, and it would allow me to add a title to my long succession of achievements.
Oh my god. So we have a wide variety of different locations that all of our different players want to go to. However, there is a member of the party, NPC if you will, that also is in need of a vacation. And we're kind of going to segue into game a little bit by giving the perspective of a campfire with two familiar carts outside of the Vistani camp. And you see Van Richten slowly pinching his brow. You know, that if you don't start taking care of yourself, that you're going to actually keel over and die. If I'm completely honest, what I could use is a fucking break from everything here. But you've been living in Barovia for... No. Barovia's fine. The people that are heroes.
Hurtful.
And you go, when you start to like them a little bit, they grow on you.
Like a rash.
Like a fungus. And he says as he stands up, if I had it my way, I would be in Waterdeep, drinking upon some fine ale, and forgetting any of this ever happened. But no, I had to keep upping the ante as the greatest monster slayer who ever lived. Quickly followed by me. Shut up. And with that, we're going to go to our heroic adventurers and pick up last time on what happened. So, if anybody would like to give a recap that is quick, feel free to do so, or I can do that.
I would like to, if that's all right.
Take it away.
Okay, the party managed to finally reach the Vistani camp. There, in order to kind of get the trust of the locals, the party needed to rescue one of the Vistani leaders, Luvosh, his daughter Arabella. After doing some searching, they found his daughter being held by a soulless man who's decided to take a boat to on Lake Zarovich. After trying to drown her via mafia style, the party managed to, through several shark-related hijinks, managed to rescue the girl and capture her kidnapper. While also discovering that something very, very evil lives in the bottom of Lake Zarovich. The party managed to return back. Strahd party managed to speak with the leader of the Dust Guilds, Casimir, and heard that there was apparently the possible location of a weapon a sword made of sunlight, so to speak, beyond some amber doors. Now the party then besieged the party all night until they passed out one by one, except Vesper, who was unfortunately distracted briefly by a young Dust Elf asking some questions, and came back to find that one of their holy artifacts, held by Belagor, the Holy Amulet of Ravenkind, has been stolen, and we now wake up to panic.
There was a bit of discussion that happened after. Also, go ahead and take inspiration at Elia for doing the recap.
You're welcome.
So the party had a couple of minutes where they were all discussing, who it could be. And based off of the RP campfire that we had in between sessions, it appears that they believe that Aragal is the one responsible. And so we're going to come right back in just as Victor is exclaiming that they will fight. Victor says that Arugula will fall!
Who is Arugula?
God.
That is his name, isn't it?
No, it's Aragal.
Arugula.
Arigal.
Aru.
Is arugula
Write it
the
down.
stuff that makes you constipated?
No, it makes Victor flatulent.
Oh.
Ew.
Ew.
And Eastmark is now hitting his head against the wall. Just...
Alright, so do we have anyone who knows how to magically track an item?
Not I. That's beyond my ken.
Anya can put nose to ground and try to sniff it out. And you would just see her like face plant and trying to smell the ground.
Vesper, Bellator, you have anything?
Not a thing.
I'm sorry, I'm working through some technical difficulties right now. Apparently I have no internet. Like, it's been cutting out all day and now it's just gone. So I'm on my phone right now. I'm trying to get back onto my computer.
What's that?
Okay. Since we are at a bit of a time crunch, with possibilities of things being cut off, would you like me to utilize the spell that was discussed, Belagor?
Yes, please.
Okay. And since this is all, we're keeping this theater of the mind for now. You can still interact as you see fit and all that. So let me go ahead and cast that for you, and make sure that everybody has gained the benefits of a long rest. So if you not hit that button, make sure you hit that button now.
Smash that long rest button.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. So Belagor, you can take it away then, RP wise. So since you can still talk.
So Belagor raises his symbol and closes his eyes and utters prayer to the Morning Lord. A prayer of divination. And as he speaks this prayer, a thin golden line, almost a ray of light, begins to emanate from the holy symbol and form a path almost leading out of the hovel, presumably to where they might find the amulet.
All right, let me go ahead and cast this spell then. So, as long as it is within 1,000 feet of you. Okay.
Sorry, I reconnected.
So, the best I can describe it is because, and let me just make sure I'm reading this, sense the direction of the object's location. As long as it's within, so, and you know that this object is within 1,000 feet of you. You don't know, whether or like how far it is from what it's saying, unless I'm, yeah, okay. This direction. So it is like, so if we're looking at Velaki, right, Balgar?
Uh-huh.
And if you're on, are you seeing in the Forge the map where the party icon is?
Yeah.
From that direction, it is northeast.
Is this spell able to tell
Northeast-ish.
how far? Like, I know
No.
it's within 1,000, but you can't tell how far within that range? Okay.
Correct. So as far as you know, it could be 20 feet away, or it could be 999.
Right.
Got it.
Do we have a meet? We should. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just said understood. Go ahead.
Do we have? All right. So we can visually see this line, right, pointing in the right direction.
Northeast. And keep in mind, it's within your like little hovel because you're all still inside the hovel right now.
Yeah. All right. We should not waste any time. We should really go. This is not. Where are we in like in arrangement to like the Vistani camp? Like from where our hovel is, where's the?
So in terms of the hovel itself, the Vistani camp, you're like on the southwest side, if that makes sense. So the way it works is, think of it like a circle, right? In the center is like the encampment with all the Vistani stuff, and around them are all the different hovels, right? So you all are kind of, around the southwest portion of it.
We need to hurry, but we should also not, attract attention to us to the Vistani. We just say we are late to where our next destination is, and if we are on a time crunch.
Fuck that. Get your shit, let's go. Who cares if we offend them? This is not important right now.
This is a safe haven.
I don't care. It is not safe if they're stealing our shit. Let's go, everyone. Get everything, leave nothing behind. We need to make haste. Come on.
Lysander drops his spellbook. He was like taking notes and looking at what Belagor had done, and he like looks up shocked, and then he's like, "Okay, let's go." And then he whispers to Victor. He's like, "I think we can land this."
Victor is curious.
Wait, tell me the difference.
Is that something I can teach?
That's
Lysander?
something we will
If we had like time.
we'll go over that. That it's not important at the moment. I would have to look up stuff because I don't know if that. Yeah, I maybe it's possible. I'd have to look at that, but all right. So, as you all are kind of like gathering your stuff up and out, you end up so what's the plan? Because outside the encampment is Van Richten and Esmeralda, and they have carts. So are you running to them, or are you just trying to like run as fast as you can, hoping that no waste time trying to get anything prepared? Run.
Should we cover more ground that way?
I would imagine we ask them to help so they can cover the path, and we can kind of like veer off a little bit. And Anya has double movement speed with the party.
So. No, right, but it's either double movement with you all on a cart or double movement with you all not on a cart. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is like if we're on a cart, then we have to technically stick to a path. Otherwise, we're running into trees. Whereas like this person we might go right past them and not know. Like I feel like we send them on the cart on the path, and the party kind of like not splits up, but walks like, when like people are searching for like missing people in the woods and you like fan out, like I feel like that's what we should do.
Okay,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe listen, Belagor is the primary like tracker here.
Yeah, with the spell, but I think in terms of tracking it would be Vesper.
Yeah, I would say have Vesper.
Definitely Vesper.
Vesper is the fastest. He can go get Van Richten the quickest, and then catch up with us
Easily.
Yeah, true. But it would also be good to have Vesper like closer to the trail. Like, what if this person is running with the object? Like, we need someone fast on them.
Well, can't you also polymorph into something fast?
Not as fast as Vesper.
Yeah, not as fast as Vesper.
Yeah,
For-
I'm saying
For reference, Vesper speed like dwarfs everybody's just because of how fucking ridiculous Mr. Speeding Gonzalez is.
Here's my idea. Okay? We pass through the stunning camp. If it's still going northeast, if the trail's still going northeast, turn Lysander polymorphs into a giant eagle, puts a Belagor on his back and tracks it flies towards the direction of the located object.
Not how I was thinking of doing this. I'm happy to like split off and let
that was the idea I'm suggesting, but that's what do you suggest?
I don't know, I feel like we should just like split off into pairs and see how much ground we can cover.
I mean, you could also polymorph into something small and Vesper can carry you while he runs.
Okay, but why are we spreading out? We know the straight direction of where to go.
Because it's a general direction. It's not like a honing beacon.
Yeah.
Or at least one of us needs to tell Van Richten and Esmeralda.
I'll also point out 1,000 feet, though it does seem like a lot, in the grand scheme of it really isn't a ton. And it's a general direction. So you don't know if, they're outside the camp and they're going along this path. You don't know if they're going like there. You don't know if they're going there. You don't know if they're going into Valaki. You just know that generally it's going that direction and they're still within 1,000 feet. And you do know it's moving.
If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement.
Literally, that is exactly what I just said.
Sorry, brain did not register in time.
I can tell, so I need you to slow down, okay?
I like being fast.
I don't care.
Okay.
So that's kind of how it is. You know that it is moving, but you only know the general direction, so you don't know whether it's like, oh, they're going into Blocky. You don't know, oh, they're going along the path. So, spreading out, not a bad idea. It's how you employ and use Van Richten and Esmeralda, because another thing to consider is they have 2 carts. So but they are not really best suited for going off trail. Unfortunately, these are not jeep. These are not jeeps.
They just need better tires than they can be.
Well, as you can see, the tread on these aren't the greatest. But I went to a store for Jeep, and apparently they have something called a Range Rover.
It goes really fast, and I like it.
Its name is Rova. No other affiliation.
No other affiliation. But so those are kind of the little aspects that you currently have. And you all are still currently in the hovel, so you don't have to really worry. You're not like out in the open, so you all can speak as freely as you want. But those are the whatchamacallit. Those are the factors for you all to work off of. And if you have any more clarifying questions, feel free to ask.
I would say, if, like, say, they move, I don't know, in a different direction, would the locate object tell you?
What did you say?
If we're to move, let's say, I don't know, it's northeast now, but suddenly the guy moves south, and now suddenly he's south of us. Does the locate object change directions?
So, as long as it is within 10 minutes, because the spell lasts 10 minutes, or they're still within the 1,000-foot range. So that you'll know their last, heading, but once they leave the 1,000-foot range, you no longer, have an idea of their direction.
So,
Okay.
Zach, am I correct in thinking it's kind of like a homing beacon where it pings every now and then, and you kind of know the general direction?
Yeah. So think of it as if you have a compass, right? And every once in a while it pings and it's like a direction. Oh, due north or northeast, that kind of thing. So that's kind of how I'm envisioning this working.
So it's not like a steady line of a laser pointer that's going to be exactly it's. I feel like
correct.
Yeah.
It's very general in where it's pointing you to. But at the same time, it's more than what you currently have. It doesn't say that you know how far away it is. Otherwise, that would have been able to be a lot more precise. Yeah, it just gives you the direction for you to start heading in. So at this point, it's kind of a, try to best judge where this person is going.
Mhm.
And with the time that you currently have. You know what I mean? I don't know if that helps.
Yep, I think so.
So what about Van Richten and Esmeralda? Do we just leave them and just run?
I would say since Vesper is the fastest, he can go quickly inform Esmeralda and Van Richten, and then he'd be the one be able to catch up with us.
Vesper, how do you feel about that?
Vesper can definitely give them a heads up, but I do think we still need to split up after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to spread out for sure.
Yep.
Anya can carry Belagor with her movement. Well, Belagor and Natalia with her movement, and I can carry Lysander with the polymorph idea. That's one of our best bet.
Don't think it's a terrible idea, but I do want to stress if we split up that way, if something happens to you two, you have no healer and no protection. You're both really squishy. We might want to separate a little differently.
But you're very good at escaping.
Yeah, we're good at escaping too.
Yeah. Just don't, try to fistfight anybody. Just run.
Don't pull an Anya.
What if I turned into a smaller bird that's that can kind of fly easier between the trees and difficult terrain?
Peregrine falcon, the fastest bird in the world.
I'll say this much: you'd gain the benefits of having better sight. However, in order to stay at the same speed you are, the Vesper would have to slow down significantly.
Oh my god, that's scary.
But that Vesper doesn't need to carry me. I can just go as the falcon.
Oh, are you just suggesting that you go off on your own? Yeah.
Yeah.
In falcon mode? Okay.
Look, I feel like the ones who have the capability to either be in full strength or just move faster could go solo.
No, right. I'm not questioning it. I'm just trying to get an idea of like what you're suggesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm suggesting that I could kind of falcon up ahead. I'll be probably faster than TikTok, and I'll have more mobility.
Okay. Yeah, not a bad idea.
Can you still see through TikTok's eyes if you're polymorphed? Like,
No.
can you switch between the two? It's one or the other.
I'll just be a falcon.
Got it.
Yeah, but TikTok is also its own sentient creature. I'm pretty sure if she saw something of note, or he, whatever, they would be able to inform somebody, an ally, right?
It would still be liable to however quick TikTok could make their way to that ally.
Hmm.
They could
and
screech, though. And we could follow that direction.
That's definitely a possibility. Yeah. So multiple different ways we can play this out.
Oh my god, its fly speed is 130 feet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and Vesper's still faster.
Yeah, at 135 feet with action, bonus action, and regular movement.
Damn.
So, with that said, though, just so I kind of have a good idea of the plan is for everybody to fan out, run, trying to track and stuff like that, looking. And Vesper, you're going to Woody Woodpecker all the way over to, Roadrunner, all the way over to Van Richten Esmeralda. Basically,
Sorry.
tell them.
I just imagine Vesper running and going, ah!
Vesper, do you think it would help you if I gave you a haste as well?
No, because haste only lasts for a minute, and then I'm completely incapacitated.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Save that for the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Haste is definitely a combat spell just because of the short time frame.
Yeah, if you had long stride or something like that, it would help. But
Now, I will say, based off the math of 6
Okay,
seconds
so
to a minute,
in that case, Vesper is so much faster than me
So-
in Falcon form. Can I just go see Esmeralda and Van Richten? Like, I can do
Hold that thought because I did hear Vesper talking before you and you cut him off.
Oh, sorry.
So, Vesper?
I was just saying, based off the math, in a minute I can run 1,350 feet. So,
Yeah.
Haste doesn't really.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so you're asking if it would be better if you went over to Van Richten and Esmeralda?
Yeah, because if Vesper can be so much faster than me, even if I'm in my Falcon form, then he might as well like take the lead.
well, the idea was when I suggested Vesper is because he's fast enough he could get there and get back and catch up with us. That was my train of thought.
Also,
That's-
keep in mind in your polymorph, in order, because unless I'm mistaken, you have no way of communicating with Esmeralda and Van Richten that isn't above peck.
Right.
Unless you turn into a parrot.
If you turn into a parrot, I would have you roll a D100 to see which word you know how to say in parrot form. So you would just come over, right, and be like, we had did there's a parrot in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Vesper's faster, but I mean, we still. I don't know, guys. Should I like waste the spell slot?
No, save it. Let Vesper just run and tell them and catch up to us, and then we can all fan out. Like, by the time that happens, we'll have blinked and he'll already be back like it never happened.
Okay. Let's do that.
We should, while he's going, we should still get on the move on. Though.
Oh,
We shouldn't.
yeah. We're not going to stand there with our thumbs up our asses
No.
waiting. He'll catch
I am.
up.
I mean,
Let's make your job.
Victor is digging for gold. No,
Ew.
Victor can be invisible. Victor can make people invisible.
Victor, you're only going to find coal up there, buddy.
it's Christmas all over again.
No.
Oh no.
Yes, except Santa pelted me with them. Anyways,
Oh, God.
Eastmark is still hitting his head against the wall.
Oh, yeah, we have Eastmark, too.
Poor Evemark. We're never gonna find his sister.
Ooh. I could also, I have Dimension Door. It only takes me 600 feet, but if I do go forward with Belagor, we can see if it's at least like 600 feet northeast with Belagor. It could point, if it's still pointing northeast, we'll have a better idea of where they are.
Yee! Go, go, go!
Wait.
Okay.
I have a... That's a good idea, but also, what if like, we... Trying to think of a way to get you a little bit further ahead with Vesper, then use Dimension Door up to like 1,000 feet, and then you guys backtrack while we forward track, and then we kind of like meet them like in the middle and like kind of have them in a headlock.
I kind of see what you're doing, but we need to thoroughly figure out, because like I said, the direction is vague. So if we manage to at least get forward, we'll know if it's still, we'll have a better idea, because we kind of sort of starting to triangulate where they are.
But even if you move forward, you're just going to have another 1,000 feet forward of where they are. It's still going to be a vague direction. It's not a homing beacon.
Well,
it's not going to zoom you in on where they are.
You're right, but here's what I'm thinking, okay? Currently, it's standing somewhere northeast within 1,000 feet. I dimension door 600 feet. Suddenly, the locate object is pointing southeast, or something like that. It gives us a better idea of where to go.
But it might not move at all. And then
It might not. You're right. It might not move at all, but we'll be much closer to our quarry. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say?
it doesn't not make sense. I just don't know if it's the best idea.
Yeah, what's the risk in the other option? To go with Vesper and then get even further up.
Well, Vesper can't make me. Vesper can't make me faster. The only person who could really make the only person who could make themselves faster to get me up to Vesper is Lysander, who could turn into something small and be carried by Lysander, or maybe Anya.
Lysander, how far away can someone be before is the polymorph like a time frame, or is it like a distance thing as well? Because it's concentration, right?
Yeah.
So if you polymorph
someone else?
Yeah, what if you polymorph Natalaya, Vesper carries Natalaya and runs, and then you break concentration after a little while? They'll get so much further, and then they can use Dimension Door, and then backtrack, and then we literally, like, sandwich whoever it is.
Well, here's the issue. We need to know where... Remember, vague direction, we could just miss them completely.
Right, but we can miss them regardless, Natalaya. That's not what you're not understanding. This spell isn't a homing beacon, so whether you're 10 feet away from them or 1,000 feet away from them, you only know the general direction, and you don't know how far they are from you. So
Correct.
You wouldn't know if you teleport like 600 feet and now you have another 1,000 feet range showing you in the same direction that they're in. You're not going to be any more or any wiser of where their location is, whether you're 1,000 feet away or 20 feet away. It's not going to change anything unless they shift direction, and we would know that anyway, as long as they're within that 1,000 range. So I don't see what the benefit of what you're trying to do is, because it's not going to glean any information other than getting you potentially closer to where they are, which is why I'm thinking if we try and go the maximum distance that we can still sense them in, meaning they're still within that 1,000 like range parameter, and try to get ahead of them and then sandwich. They're going to maybe backtrack if they hear you coming from that direction, and then we're coming up from behind, and then we'll like sandwich them.
So yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Is basically we come in front of them. We try to sandwich them, they go here, we go here. They can go this way. They could dodge us.
But we'd still be closer.
But we'd also still be closer if I just took Belagor and tell Dimension Door now.
Yeah, but Anya was saying that she can get you, potentially we could get you even closer if Vesper carries you.
Okay, but the person I would need to Dimension Door would be Belagor.
Small break real quick. I do want to say that I am taking this all as party planning time. So time is ticking, I will say. I'm not going, and it's not a one-to-one, so don't think that you guys all lost an hour, but know that time has been subtracted for, time being taken for this, because, planning time. I just wanted to make sure that that's something that all of you are aware of, okay?
So, if you take Belagor and you, Dimension Door further away, and let's say this person changes direction, only 2 of you are aware of that now, and the rest of us have no idea that they've changed direction.
Belagor has Sending, correct?
Yeah, but I don't want to be throwing around my spell slots like they're meaningless.
It's not a meaningless spell if you inform the party of, hey, we have an update.
Yeah, but if we separate when we don't need to separate in the first place, it is kind of meaningless.
Well, wasn't the idea to fan out anyways?
But that's not separation. That's just far enough that you could still shout and hear each other.
Okay, then let's fan out. Let's Vesper head out. Vesper to tell the others, and let's just start running.
Let's do something.
Yeah, we can't. We cannot linger here and discuss.
I mean, I hear that, and I understand when we're a time crunch, but a lot of times we go in like without really having a plan, and it fucks us over. So I do think that even though we're taking time, this is still important time to figure out what's happening. Because look at what happened at Valaki. We didn't get to go speak to half the people we wanted to speak to because we fucking ran in.
We had a plan. We actually planned it out pretty well. We said, okay, we're gonna separate in these groups.
Anyway. What are the options? List them out.
Okay, we can't. Option A is so. First off, we all agreed we have Vesper quickly run and grab inform Esmeralda and Van Richten, correct?
Yes, moving on.
Yes.
Okay,
That.
let's have him just do that now. Let's have him just go and run now. Okay. So at least we'll have one thing done. Okay.
Vesper?
Vesper leaves the hovel and runs towards the cart.
Amazing.
And then
Okay, and then us. Our options are I potentially Dimension Door, Belgor a little further, and basically getting a better idea of the direction of which this person is running. Option 2, we fan out and we just keep running, we keep exploring.
I
and
thought
just,
we already agreed on this.
Yeah. Well, you're right.
We did?
I thought we did.
What we all agreed on what?
Staying together and fanning out.
Okay, then let's go fan out then. I was suggesting the Dimension Door, but that's not a good idea, but let's go. Any objections?
party.
Guys?
No, I don't have any objections. We can start to go, and if we get an indication of
Yeah,
like
let's go.
how far
Yeah,
ahead
let's-
they may be, then we could do the Dimension Door idea. But
Yeah, let's get a better sense, at least, if we
All
can.
So I'll say that the party in total gets to around here by the time. So I'll kind of expedite the way it kind of looks, and I'll say, and this is just for whatchamacallit, for a little bit of joy on Vesper's end. Everything's quiet at Van Richten's camp. It's almost peaceful, actually. He's sitting there petting his cat, drinking his little bit of coffee. You know what? I think I finally got some peace and quiet. And Vesper, you get right there. And he spills it on the floor.
poor Van Richten.
Vesper runs in just screaming, "Thief! Thief! The amulet's been stolen!"
What? The amulet I gave you?
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Did
Yes,
he?
that one.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I
I
don't
missed that.
remember that.
What happened?
Yeah, it was.
Literally, it was the entire point of him. He
Yeah.
gave it to you.
Yeah,
Van Richten
gave
gives
it
Oh
the
to
amulet.
yeah. Oh, now I remember.
Oh.
So Van Richten is just looking at you dumbfounded. And he says, "I leave you all unattended. Join my," and he's saying this as he's getting everything ready with haste, right? Like he's not like just sitting there. And,
It's
and
the
he's
dirty
just-
Vistani.
And he says, "What?"
Gotta be more specific.
And the sword comes out. Doesn't need more specific.
He points in the general direction the spell sent them.
And you hear Esmeralda go, "Oh God, oh God, oh God, no, he's going to kill people. He's going to kill people." And he goes, "Got it. We must raise their village immediately."
Well,
No,
most
we
bloodlines
go
don't
that
know.
way.
No, oh,
I
none of you
don't think
others
it
are
was-
there. It's only Vesper.
I know.
Oh, we're not here?
No.
Oh,
No, the plan was to just send Vesper.
look, I'm
Wakey,
having
wakey,
an
eggs
old
and bakey.
man Eligor moment.
Okay, so wait, you said no Vesper, no burning their village.
Not yet. We have to go that way first and find the amulet.
Fine. Do you need a lift, or are you? And he just points at you.
Mimi.
And then there's a second as he's getting there. Esmeralda says, "See, I told you that they were growing you. The imbeciles lost the amulet, and they almost gave me a fucking heart attack. I think that we're going a little bit more than growing." He says as he straps everything in, and the 2 carts rush out.
We're growing on him like a tumor.
Yes, the one that
no.
the kind that gives brain cancer.
Brain tumor.
All right, so you all get to around that point, right? Party, you're kind of getting ready to fan out along that direction and such like that. And then that's around the moment that all of a sudden Vesper...
Lysander screams, "Oh!"
I'll never go over you doing that.
By the Vespers.
Wait, Vesper wasn't here for a minute?
Venric and Esmeralda are on the trail.
Oh, good.
Okay. Another thing he would say that on cart, they have to stay on the roads. It can't off-road. So they'll take the roads and along that path, whereas you all can focus your efforts on the woods and kind of not have to worry about any of... So I guess in terms of the best way to put it, right, is that if it's a bit of tree parts that's touching the road, they have that covered. So the other wide areas, it's, you all can cover. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, all right. I need everybody. So first off, are you still going into bird mode, Lysander, or are you saving that?
I want to save it.
Okay. I would like everybody then to roll me perception.
Who got high perception?
No, everybody is rolling. There's...
Okay, no. I know because I'm asking who has perception because I'll give them a bardic inspiration.
I have a +9.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the bardic inspiration, if that's all right.
I have a +3.
Yeah. And then I'm also sorry.
I think that Vesper is the highest perception in terms of that. So okay, so
And my D4. Good.
okay, I think I'm only missing. Nope. I think that is everyone. I think Yep. All right. There you go. All right, and so Vesper, you're ahead of the party though, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you add bardic inspiration to your roll?
No, I already did.
Okay.
Because the thing is, when you click on Bardic Inspiration, it does the D8 roll, so you got an 8.
Right. Sorry.
So yeah. So Vesper, I need you to roll me a survival, please. And in terms of the distance of where you are from the party and stuff like that, it's not a little bit ahead. You're a good distance ahead. Even with the double movement speed of Anya, it's because of just the sheer volume of distance you cover by being a fucking insane man. But that does not mean that the party is not covering good ground. And you're kind of starting to sweep, but you are starting to see now. Do you cast Locate Object again, Belagor?
Yeah.
Because time would run out. Okay. Are you able to cast it yourself, or?
Yeah, let me do that.
Okay, very good. All right. So, here's the thing. Vesper, you're not going to be able to know from Belagor the sort of direction, right? Because you're ahead. However, Belagor, as you all start cresting this portion of it, you know it cuts into the woods this way, the direction.
Oh shit!
All right. So we turn direction.
What? Hold up.
Sorry.
Belagor hasn't said anything yet, so let's give him a chance.
First thing he's gonna do is relay that information to the party.
All right. Do you want to dimension a few 600 feet ahead?
No.
Then let's turn and head that way then.
Other party members, because now Belagor has relayed it to the party.
What about Vesper?
Because yep, Vesper is ahead.
No,
He's
I know.
already ahead.
I'm saying that in character.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
already ahead.
Yes,
you-
but how do we tell him it changed directions?
We don't. We leave it to him to figure it out.
We
Can't you
can't-
send the TikTok?
Then I won't be able to move. But somebody's going to have to guide me if I look through TikTok.
Ugh, I can carry you.
Right.
Oh,
Do that.
what's the movement speed of TikTok? So
TikTok is, let me just look in my spell teams. TikTok owl fly speed
60.
60.
Yeah, there's no way he's catching up with Vesper.
Is Vesper just keep moving forward, or does he stop? Because eventually he's gonna hit the lake.
Oh, we know the direction. Let's just keep moving.
It's more so informing that there has been a change, because the only reason you know that there's been a change of direction is because Belagor was able to find out with the locate object. Vesper is well ahead of your group, so it's a matter of trying to inform him and make sure that, because he's still going on the assumption that it's northeast. By this point, it's kind of put together that in terms of the direction, at least up until this point, he's been going along the path. So that's
Listen.
kind of where we're at.
Okay. You guys go ahead. I'll wait here and get TikTok to alert Vesper.
Alright, stay safe, and don't... If you find trouble, run.
Just go!
Okay.
Okay, Lysander summons TikTok and his eyes go brand stark white and sends the bird out in Vesper's direction.
All right.
I have a out of character comment or question. So Vesper's under the assumption that this whole time this person's probably following the road, right?
Based off of the direction from the camp, that is correct, because that's pretty much all what you all based off the information you all had. It's the best assumption to make.
So, Vesper, would you keep going in the same direction, or would you actually follow the road?
He'd be following the road.
So, where's the party right now?
Right here. So a party icon is what I'm just, for whatever is the majority of the group, that's what I'm using as the party. I know it's getting a little, you know what? One sec. Oh, wait, one sec. That's too big.
Giant boy.
He's not that big.
No, that's on, yeah.
That's what she said. But okay. One sec, sorry. But continue your planning. Sorry.
So if the party is like cutting in here, right, to cut across through these woods, and Vesper's taking the path and he's like 3 times faster than all of us, instead of sending TikTok after him, send TikTok this way and eventually he'll intercept him even if we don't quite get there or if we've already passed.
Honestly, you're the smartest barbarian I've ever met.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
speaking as Anya. I'm speaking as Arya, but yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. This
You
is the
don't know
smart-
math and stuff.
Yeah. This is the smart part of Lysander's brain talking.
But in order to do that, so
Well,
Lysander will
Anya's
be
going to
here.
carry Lysander because
Okay, so you are going to carry Lysander.
if we're having TikTok intercept this way and try to beat Vesper there and then kind of like, you know, get in his face and let him know like, hey, things have changed, then yeah. Anya will carry Lysander so he can focus as long as we're heading this way and trying. And if Vesper's going around and TikTok intercepts, then we should be okay. And then nobody's being left on their own because I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, sorry.
So I'm also going to put another factor here, because remember, Van Richten cannot go off-roading. Neither can Esmeralda with their carts.
Right.
So I'll put them as another. Ah,
Ah!
Ah,
he's mad.
He looks
Uh,
like an angry dad that's sitting on the couch at like 3 a.m. because you stayed up way past curfew.
He just comes over here. Vespa, why?
I'm disappointed in you. Give me a
I'm
phone.
very, very disappointed. No rapier privileges.
Aw.
I still got my fist, motherfucker.
Oh, that's cute. But okay, so kind of like looking like this as the party. So does this look accurate so far as to what this is? And you're just carrying, Lysander on your back, right, Anya?
Either on my back or just I guess I'm on my back. Yeah.
Okay.
Whee!
Cool. Okay. So things get to about here and about here. All right. So
He went far. Sorry.
literally 3 times the movement. And I would move Vanric to maybe a little bit here. I feel no. And so I'm going. Something fun is going to happen.
Oh no.
So.
Is it Heinrich?
Who died?
There went
No,
Zach.
Zach died.
Oh no. His
That
power
means
must
they
have
cut his
gone
power.
out.
Not
We're gonna wait a few
necessarily.
The fucking cliffhanger.
Oh, the cliffhanger of the century. Just when stuff was about to go down.
Yes, just when something fun was going to happen.
Oh no.
Oh.
Quick, Zach.
Ooh!
Get your laptop and go to
Is he back?
Starbucks.
He's back.
Worst moment for the power to go out ever.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
So here's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay. Is everybody? I know it might not be best audio quality wise, but can everybody hear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm going to describe the scene that before we cut off because I need to use Foundry for this part. Okay. So, gosh, again, 1,000 apologies. I really am sorry.
All good. Not your fault.
You did warn us.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I believe I was able to at least move the map icons to where they went. Vesper should be somewhere near like the windmill or something like that. The party should be starting to go in the direction of where the gates to like Castle Ravenloft or that section of Barovia is, and Van Richten is going behind because he's on the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to describe this part first. Vesper. You hear the sound of an arrow striking near you as you're running. And I'm assuming, does that kind of like have you stop and like readjust, trying to like no longer focus on running now, kind of in a more defensive stance?
I'd say if anything, he'd still be running, but he'd get off the path. Like he'd run straight through the woods south.
You see
Run. Bum, 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 bum.
You see Aragal. What do you do?
If he's shooting at him, he's gonna run up and do his best to throw as many punches as he can at his face.
So, as you run into one that was shooting you, you punch, and it goes through an illusion. And you hear at the top of another tree, "Wow, I heard the stories that you were very fast. Didn't believe them to be true, but they must be." I have to say, though, you definitely put on a good show.
He just looks around like, what the fuck?
Yes. It's a very scary time when the trees start speaking Barovian. And he hops down and draws a short sword. And he says, So, I guess that there is a little bit of time before what happens next. You anything you want to say before I end your existence?
Better men have tried and failed.
Who's that?
Good thing I'm worse than most men.
Ooh.
And we're gonna cut away from that. Other party. as you're running through the woods and you finally get to this outcropping, you see the gates that kind of led to that section that would lead up to Castle Ravenloft. And you hear laughter from all around you.
Is it creepy laughter?
Oh my god.
And you see slowly stepping from the gates is Strahd von Zarovich. Amulet in hand.
Oh, fuck.
And you see coming from the shadows his 3 brides. I must say, though, say what you will about Aragal. He knows how to get the job done. Any reaction from the 4 of you?
Oh, shit.
Just a general lack of surprise.
Lysander breaks out of his trance and has, like, jaws dropped.
Gwendolyn, sorry, not Gwendolyn. Natalia looks like, oh shit.
Anything from Anya?
I'm trying to think of how she might be reacting. I mean, she's obviously very pissed off, but she's also holding Lysander, so.
He's crawled out of your grasp now. He's
okay. She just kind of slowly reaches back and puts her hands on the handles of her axes. And she's just very angry.
Right. So, I guess that this is how the story ends. Don't worry. I'll keep a little bit left of you when I'm done. As he says this... Oh, does somebody have something to say first?
Yeah,
I am gonna have something happening, but go ahead.
I should have figured you for a coward. Anything that gives us a fighting chance is obviously not acceptable to you, is it?
He says, as one who fights in war, I would expect you to respect someone who uses his wit as opposed to just his brawn. But perhaps I misjudged you, Belagor. Perhaps all you are is a hammer and not a scalpel.
I've never pretended to be otherwise.
And as he says that, the sword that's on his hip unsheaths itself on its own.
Anya draws her axes.
Well, I guess we should begin. And that's where we're cutting off for today.
Oh.
So unfortunately, there will be... so there's not going to be much chance for RP Campfire within this specific instance. Okay? For obvious reasons. So I'm going to put a line in RP Campfire, and this is out of character. Plan for what the hell to do. I apologize to our audience. Currently, my neighborhood, is a scheduled power outage that was only notified this morning. So this is where we're cutting off for the evening. However, we have a bombastic and fun session planned for next time on Game Day Hive.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.